there's like a psychological effect because it's not as intimidating.
Yeah, that high school senior is one of the top students in the North County. She's so smart, giving her feedback on major changes coming to the SAT.
She really is smart, as you're about to see. 10 News reporter Jeff Lasky gave her a practice test to find out how the new exam will affect students across San Diego.
What is the capital of France?
Paris.
Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Leonardo da Vinci.
It didn't surprise me that Isabella Ortiz correctly answered all my questions.
This is great.
After all, she just got a perfect score on her SAT.
First of all, I'm not a super genius. I just happen to be good at bubbling things in.
She's also modest, but she knows she succeeded because she put in the work.
I attribute it to the fact that I did spend 16 weeks studying for it. It wasn't just pure luck.
Isabella took SAT prep classes at Summa Education in Rancho Bernardo.
Skip section 5.
But they're now having to prepare students for a very different test than the one Isabella aced.
On the surface, it's a fairly big change.
Carl Hagen teaches at Summa. He says the revamped SAT students will start taking next year does a better job of testing what kids are learning from the Common Core curriculum. And the structure is different. For example, they'll no longer penalize students for wrong answers. Not that Isabella had any.
Of course, Isabella is the best of the best. Not many of us are going to get a perfect score on our SATs. But she thinks the changes they're making to the test are actually going to help everyone as they prepare for college.
We actually had Isabella take part of the SAT's new practice test.
You do need to study, I think, the types of test questions, but other than that, you don't need to learn specific tricks as much as you did with the old test, because it's mostly just the things that you would have learned in your regular public school career.
Isabella and Carl don't think the new SAT will be easier, but they do think it will be more straightforward, and hopefully that means less intimidating. In Rancho Bernardo, Jeff Lasky, 10 News.
So we want to tell you about some of the other big changes to the SAT. First of all, the essay is now optional. Colleges decide if they require it. And once again, the test is now being scored as a 1600 scale instead of a 2400 scale. So to help students better understand the changes and prepare for the new test, the College Board has partnered here with online education site called khanacademy.org here. You get a lot of free test prep materials, like we'll show you what's on there. A lot of sample questions, for example, on the website. You can access practice questions, that sort of thing, sample tests, study tips, and explanatory videos if you need to. And so we've posted a link to this and everything else you need. Look at this beautiful back-to-school section we have on 10news.com. Look at, isn't she cute? Look at these. Anyway, wishing all the kids a happy back to school.
All kinds of good stuff on there, Jason. All right.